Okay, you bastards, today I'm going to be teaching you how to be better at building in Minecraft. I'm not going to show you how to copy this house behind me. Instead, I'm going to give you some tips to help you use your fucking brain, goddammit. Now, I've broken this down into 3 steps. Hopefully your ass can count that high. If you can follow these steps whenever you're building shit, I can guarantee you will start seeing some improvement. Those steps are palette, shape, and simplicity. Anytime you have an idea of something to build, the first thing I recommend doing is creating a palette. For all you Neanderthals out there, a palette is an arrangement of colors that work well together. It can be shades of one color, opposite colors, or even just a theme of colors. If you understand color theory, this step will just make sense. If you don't want to do any of that shit or you're colorblind, don't worry, just look up some cool-ass builds on Pinterest and match the colors that you see. If you're still struggling, the game actually color codes the blocks a little bit in the creative inventory. Once you've finally picked your fucking palette, go ahead and lay it out in front of you to help you visualize it all together in your build. Now it's time for step 2, shape. I'm going to start with a very simple, tiny piece of shit wooden house that every one of you motherfuckers have probably done before, me included. For some of you sweat lords trying to speedrun the game, this is optimal. But we can do better even at such a small scale. If you take a look at villager houses, they all have a damn good setup with wooden pillars and even a stone foundation. Yeah, this still looks like shit, but this imitates real life by adding structure and keeping it grounded. This is slightly better, but we want to literally think outside the box here and expand the shape of the house beyond just a wooden box. This is why most building blocks have multiple versions of itself, like slabs, stairs, and walls. These bitches are key to adding as much shape as you possibly can to your build. This step really just takes a lot of experimenting and fucking around. Don't be afraid to try shit even if it will inevitably fail. Just like with real art, you should constantly be taking a step back to really look at whatever the fuck you're doing and see if it works or not. On top of that, we want to have multiple layers of depth. Roofs should be slightly protruding past the walls, and things like doors and windows should be slightly intruding the walls. Basically, you really want to do your best to add levels to this shit. Now, if you're confused or lost, this is where the final step comes in: simplicity. Not every build needs to have all these levels of bullshit. This step is all about having some goddamn control. If you add too much detail, it can become really hard to look at, and everything will start to get very cluttered, especially at a smaller scale. Now, I know that's conflicting with the last step, but you need to find a nice middle ground where your build looks great, but also not too much. A good build doesn't always mean more shit. Again, it takes a lot of experimenting and a lot of failing, so don't be afraid and always try new shit. Trust the process and trust your damn intuition. That big-ass house behind me from the intro is actually one of hundreds of houses I've built before just like it. It may look complicated, but in reality, it's just these 3 steps I went over in this video. It's just years and years of me building shit houses and learning what looks good and what doesn't. For some of you watching right now, it may not even take that long. At the end of the day, it's just Minecraft. But this shit is low-key an art form, and the game gives you all the tools you need for anything you can imagine. So to all you artistic and creative motherfuckers out there, hopefully this helps you build something original to you. If this was helpful, drop a like. If not, don't drop a like, and I'm sorry.